morning, Hawks. Haley here to wake you up this morning. Today is Friday, March 27th, and there will be a potato bar at lunch today. Along with your potatoes, you can choose to indulge in a breadstick or steamed broccoli. The assorted fruits and veggies will also be provided. Today's staff members of the day are Miss Burke and Miss Monroe for always making health class interesting and fun. They were nominated by the high school administration team. Congrats, Miss Burke and Miss Monroe. Thanks for making our school a better place. Now let's check in with Bentley for today's news.
What's happening, Hawks? Bentley here to give you the best news in the world. There's studio 315 at 315 and an improv session from 3:30 to 5 in C103. Reminder, there are 5 days until spring break. Now, let's head out to Andrew with an interview about IP and AP exams.
Hello Hawks, Andrew here with a live interview with a language and literature teacher and our RB coordinator, Ms. Radford. Hi Ms. Radford, thanks for joining us today. To get started, what makes an IB exam different from a regular high school test?
Hi, Andrew. So IB exams are comprised of components. So everything has 4 different components. It's not just the test at the end. Your score is all of the pieces leading up to that test.
How much does an IB exam count toward a student's final grade?
So they don't count toward your final exam or toward your final grade at all, because those exams happen, the scores are released in July. We don't get those scores back until then. So in your class, like in your physical class at CPPhs, you'll have scores for the components, but you'll also have a final exam because every course in our district is required to have a final exam.
What part of these exams do students usually find the hardest?
I think it's the pressure they put on themselves. So if you've been studying right along, if you've been doing the work right along, if you feel confident in your content, then you shouldn't feel that much stress at all. But the exam schedule is pretty rigorous and pretty intense, which means that some of our students kind of get that testing fatigue feel.
When is the best time for a student to start studying?
Well, honestly, if they're doing their work all the way through, then that studying should be minimal at the end.
What tips can you give for preparing for exams in a healthy way?
You need lots of protein, you need sleep, and you need to hydrate. So you treat yourself like you're a Venus flytrap, quite honestly. Making sure that you are well rested is way more important than cramming for assessments at the very end.
What is the number one mistake you see students make on exam day?
Letting their nerves get the best of them, quite honestly. You spent 10 months in a course, you know exactly what that content is, and you should know what those assessments are. You've practiced them all through the year. So just try not to let yourself get in your head.
If you could give just one more piece of advice of the exams, what would it be?
Sleep. You need sleep. Make sure that you're going into that exam well rested. Don't forget that don't forget to treat yourself like a Venus flytrap. A little bit of protein, a lot of sleep, some hydration, and you're good to go.
Thanks, Ms. Radford. Now let's send it back to Bentley for more news.
Thanks, Andrew.
I'm back with a little bit more news. Don't forget to register for Battle of the Bands by May 4th in order to perform. And looking ahead to next week, the IB Art Show begins on April 2nd at the Rockwell with a special reception on April 16th from 4 to 5:15. That's all for me. Now on to Colin with the weather.
Good morning, Hawks. It's Con here with the weather report. Today we will have a high of 40 degrees and low of 19 degrees. Remember to wear a coat outside. Look out for breezes in the morning. Otherwise, today will be cooler with times of sun and clouds. Later this week, expect to see cooler temperatures Friday and Saturday. That's all for now. Over to 24-hour Sports Report.
Hey Hawks, just here with your sports report. Mother Nature's had a bit to say about our home sports last night when lightning came through around 4:15 yesterday afternoon. Our Hawks softball game against the Elmira Express was postponed. We'll let you know when it's rescheduled. The lightning cleared out in time for our girls' varsity lacrosse game against Penn Yan in the stadium, but our girls came up short in a 14-6 loss to the team from Keuka Lake. For today's sports, our boys varsity baseball face off at Maine Enwell at 5, while the boys JV baseball team also play Maine Enwell at 5, but home in Corning. The boys JV and varsity lacrosse travel to play Elmira, JV starting at 5:30 and our varsity playing at 7:15. Finally, to end off Friday's sports, the girls flag football team play Vessel at 6 for another home matchup. Over the weekend, the girls varsity lacrosse play Rush Henrietta at 11 a.m. and the girls varsity flag football kickoff classic takes place at Susquehanna Valley High School at 12:45 p.m. to end off the week. Good luck to all our competing athletes. Now over to Melanie to end off today's show.
Hey Hawks, Melon here to end today's show. Today is National Joe Day, so don't forget to give all those Joes out there a hug or a high five. Thanks for tuning in to CPPtv, your daily source of news around the nest. If you missed anything from today's show or any previous shows, check them out on our YouTube channel at CPPtv. To get updates on the show, follow our Instagram at CPP.tv. Thanks for watching and keep flying, Hawks.